Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Flynn and I am the owner and maker of Flynn Sisters Boutique, and I am in love with this tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make a vision board collage style tumbler. So we're going to do that really cool collage style, but I wanted to make a vision board for myself. And if you're unfamiliar with what a vision board is, it's basically like a visual representation of the things that I want to manifest for myself in my life, both materialistically and spiritually. So I like to do these every few years just to stay focused on my goals and things that I would like to attract into my life. The one that I made with my husband a few years ago, we've just about crossed everything off on what we have attracted into our life and into our home and our hearts. And it's just a fun practice that I really enjoy doing and I get a lot of value from. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. You know, I'm going to have all the products that you see listed and linked down below in the description box. You might even find some discount codes for you there as well. So that's enough chit chat for me. Let's go ahead and get started. You guys, so as usual, we're starting with a fully prepped and sanded cup, and I've already prime painted it white with some flat white spray paint. It is important that your white spray paint is really well coated before you get started because the white will show through our design. I've got 30 milliliters of epoxy here, and I'm going to mix in just a little bit of extra fine white sparkly glitter from Peachy Olive Glitters. This is going to give the background of our collage just a little bit of pizzazz. You can use any kind of like additive glitter or whatever you want, and you can also make whatever color base you want. I just prefer white because I'm going to have some water slide layers over this and I want to be able to see everything really vibrantly. So I'm just going to mix in this glitter really well, and once we've got it all mixed in, I'm just going to apply this epoxy to my cup like I would any other epoxy layer, and I'm going to let this one dry for at least 8 hours before we move on to our next step. So you're going to notice that I am taking the time to make sure that the bottom of my cup is completely level before I get started, to make sure that I don't end up with a muffin top. With a cup like this, it's especially important that I have really nice, thin, consistent layers because we are going to be putting a lot of epoxy onto this cup, or a lot of layers rather, and I just want to make sure everything comes out nice and level. All right, and while that's drying, I'm going to start on the most important part of this design, which of course is my vision board. To start my vision board, I'm just going to write down some things that I want to attract into my life, both material and spiritual. Once I have a good list, I am going to go to Pinterest. This is my personal Pinterest board, and I'm going to find some images that reflect the things that I wrote down in my list. So a lot of the things that I want to attract for myself this year is we just bought a new home, and I really want to create a beautiful personalized space that reflects my personal style. So I want to have some images of like houses and rooms that I really love and kind of aim towards with how I want to design my new place. All right, and so I am also going to search for some images that match some of the phrases that I have. Like, for instance, like I want to be more patient and trust in God's timing. So I'm going to look for a clock, and I'm going to add that to my collage. One of the other things that I had on there was mirror God's love for you. And so I want to find, you know, like a cute mirror that I could put that saying up against, and so on and so forth. So if you guys have ever done like the practice of creating a vision board in just like a regular collage, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about when you're searching for these images, and Google and Pinterest are great for this process. And then once I've collected an image for each of the items on my list, I'm going to go to Cricut Design Space and I'm going to start uploading those images. Some of the images have a white background and are easy enough to clean up, and then I'll just save the print and cut version of that image. If some of the images have a white background, don't worry too much about that. You can either use them as clear water slide in the background, or you can just kind of crop them up as well as you can if the cleanup feature doesn't work for you, or maybe just try to find a different image that will work best. Once I've got all my images uploaded into Cricut Design Space, I'm going to create kind of a mock-up for how my collage will look on my cup. This is not only going to help me space out everything, it's going to help me size it correctly as well. So using the shapes feature of Cricut Design Space, I'm going to create a rectangle that matches the height and width of my cup. The cup I'm using is a 30-ounce straight skinny from Craft Haven, and it is 10 inches around and it is 9 inches tall. So I'm going to create a rectangle that's that same measurement, and this is going to give me kind of a flat canvas, if you will, to space out and size my images. So they will be the right size in relation to my cup once I go to print them. And this process really did kind of take me a little bit of time to kind of size everything, decide what I wanted and what I didn't want in there. I did have to edit some things, but you know, just play around with it and try to get a feel for how you want everything to look. Once I've got a good idea of how my collage is going to look, I'm going to start separating the images by the type of material I will be cutting them with. So some of these like words and more basic images, I'm going to be cutting with vinyl. So I'm going to group all of those together so that I can cut those kind of like all on the same mat. And then all of the images that I'll be printing and cutting with printable vinyl, I'm going to group all of those together. And I actually ended up printing those roses with water slides, so I printed them in Google Docs instead of Cricut Design Space because I didn't need to print and cut them, and I also wanted to fill a full sheet of water slide. For my words and stuff that I added on there, I created a lot of those through the Over app. So in Over app, I love it because you just pull up like a blank transparent canvas and then type in whatever it is that, you know, you want to create. And you can see in real time all the different fonts that are available to you. I've uploaded a lot of my own fonts into the Over app. I've done a tutorial before on how to upload your own fonts to the Over app. I will try to link that down below in the description box. But I really love it to design just little, you know, graphic words and things like that. So for this little mirror, God's love for you, I just kind of tried to emulate how I would want it laid out over the mirror image that I created earlier. I ended up using Sunray for the font. And then once I've got the text created, I'm just going to try and make it as large as I can so it fills my entire canvas. And then we'll just go ahead and save it and upload it to Cricut Design Space so that we can layer it into our collage. You can also search for a lot of different graphics in the Over app, which is another reason why I love it. So one of my items on my list was to get healthy. So in the graphics area here, I just typed in healthy to see what came up. And I thought this little picture with the avocado and the lime was really cute. And so I selected that, and I wanted to make sure it was round in my collage. So I'm going to crop it as a circle. So you just go to crop, scroll over to the circle option, and then crop around the image how you want it. That way I just end up with this like really cute pink circle. Again, I'm going to make it as big as my canvas here, and then I want to layer the words get healthy over it. So I'm just going to type in get healthy. I wanted to use the lemon font for this. I thought that was really, I think I used lemon. No, I also used Sunray for this one. So I'm going to layer that text over it, and just to make it a little more visible, I'm also going to put a shadow over behind it. So we're going to select shadow. I want the shadow to be white so it kind of pops and stands up against that background. And once I'm done messing around with this, I'm just going to save it in the same way that we saved that text file earlier, and then upload it to Cricut Design Space as a print and cut image. All right, so now that we have all the images figured out, we're ready to start assembling our collage. The first layer of my collage is going to be all of my like transparent water slide images, because those need to be against a white or light colored background. And obviously you don't really want to layer those over other pictures. So those are going to go on first. These roses I printed in Google Docs. I've showed you guys how to print water slide in Google Docs before. I'll go ahead and put a link to some tutorials that you might find helpful for this down below in the description box. And I've already sealed these 3 times with Rustoleum 2 times clear gloss spray paint. And now I'm just going to cut them out before I apply them. I've got some like room temp water here, and my cup that again has been drying for at least 8 hours. I'm going to put my image into the water and let it soak for a little bit. I'm using Kodiak brand water slide, and it usually lifts off the paper backing pretty quickly. I should only have to like soak it for a minute or two. And then once it starts to lift from the paper backing on all sides there, we're ready to apply it to our cup. So I'm just going to get the surface of my cup kind of wet, and holding one side of our image down, we're going to slowly pull out the paper backing. And then I'm going to smooth out all that excess water and air bubbles with my little silicone squeegee thing, I guess you would call this. It's like a silicone makeup brush, I guess. And this tool is a total game changer for water slide. I absolutely love it. And it's just going to help me spread out and squeegee out all the bubbles in water. And I'm not going to use paper towels over this. I'm just going to use this tool. We're going to get all our water slide images applied to the cup first, and then I'm going to let those dry for about a half hour, and then we will put a very thin layer of epoxy over it. For this layer of epoxy, I've got about 20 milliliters mixed here, and I'm using Alumilite's Amazing Quick Coat, so this will be ready to start on the next layer in about 4 hours. So I'm going to apply it just like I would any other coat of epoxy. You'll notice I am not epoxying the bottom of my cup, and that is to avoid any kind of bulk. I'm not going to epoxy the bottom again until the very end. All right, so here my cup has been drying for 4 hours, and we're ready to move on to our next layer of images, which will now be some of these images that we've done with the print and cut vinyl. Okay, and so I've got the mock-up collage that we created in Cricut Design Space up on my computer screen so I can reference the placement of my decals here. Okay, so that really was our roadmap that we created earlier, and that's going to help me kind of remember where I want to place everything and how to plan out the layers. I know some of you are probably wondering why I didn't just put the printable vinyl over the water slide and why we had to do the layer of epoxy first. And that's because each layer of images that we're going to be laying in this collage will be set on its own layer of epoxy to ensure that there's no creases and things like that. It's also going to create a cleaner look and give some kind of depth and dimension to our collage. It's going to be awesome. So yes, it's the longer way to do things. Yes, it's going to take time because you're doing, several layers of epoxy, but the results are going to be fantastic. I promise you. Okay. So I'm just kind of putting on as much of the printable vinyl images that I can without any of them overlapping. And if I find at the time of placement that the next image I want to lay down will create some overlapping, then I'll save it for the next layer of epoxy. I hope that all makes sense, okay? So after I've got, you know, as much of the printed vinyl that I could put into this layer, I'm going to move into my next layer of epoxy, which again will be about 20 milliliters of epoxy. And I am not going to epoxy the bottom. I'm just going to epoxy the sides so that we can smooth out the edges of the images that we just put on. After 4 hours, I'm ready to put on another layer of images. This time I'm going to be kind of layering in some more of like my more simpler vinyl images and accent pieces. Anywhere I could place something where it's not going to overlap another image basically is where I'm going to put it. Again, referencing that collage that we created in Cricut Design Space as my map. Okay, and some of these I just printed extras of, like the leopard print and the hearts, so that, you know, I could just kind of fill in some spaces here and there. I'm also going to use some of my stickers. The sticker sheet I created for my Flynn Sisters exclusives group. So if you guys have any kind of like vinyl stickers or like premium high quality stickers that don't get saturated by epoxy, you could throw some of those in there too. I thought it looked really cute. All right, and once I'm done with that layer of images, again, we're going to put another layer of that quick setting epoxy. I still haven't put any epoxy on the bottom of my cup. Again, I'm doing this to avoid bulk on the bottom. That is not necessary. We don't need to continue to epoxy the bottom if we're not doing anything under there and it's already smooth. I'm not going to epoxy the bottom again until we do our final layer. So my cup's been drying for over 4 hours. I'm ready to start on the sanding. I just need to sand my top rim here to expose a fine line of stainless steel so I can create the seal for my cup. I always like to, you know, establish the seal on the outer rim rather than the very top rim where it's less vulnerable. Any other sanding that you need to do around your cup, now would be a good time to do it because we're going to move into our final coats of epoxy. All right, and once I'm done with my sanding, I'm just gonna rinse off my cup and dry it off with some paper towels. And now I'm ready to add in kind of like my final decals. I have just a couple more things that I needed to add in here, and then I'm going to layer in a few more of these leopard spots just to kind of fill in some blanks and add a little bit of design element to it. This up, I am going to put a layer of Counterculture DIY Quick Coat water-based urethane sealer. You guys have seen me use this a million times before. This is just a water-based urethane sealer that's going to help seal the edges of all that metallic vinyl that I put in there. But in addition to that, it's also going to help me get a drama-free final coat. So any contaminants from my fingers and things like that, from all this design work, it's going to help seal that all in. So hopefully I get a drama-free final coat of epoxy. This stuff takes about 30 to 45 minutes to dry. And now I'm ready for my final layer of epoxy. Because I have a lot of white on my cup, I've decided to use Amazing Clear Cast Plus, which has enhanced UV stabilizers in it, so it keeps that beautiful bright white finish for a really long time. This does take a little bit longer to dry than the other stuff, so I'm gonna have to wait at least 24 hours for this one to be dry, but that was it. So we're finally done. I am so pleased with how this turned out. This was such a personal and meaningful project for me. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. If you like this video, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. I do upload every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. And a big thank you to all of our Flynn Sisters exclusive members. Thank you for your pledge. Your support means the world to our channel. If you love this video, you could check out our last video here. Also be sure to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course subscribe for all our new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.